Let's look back then, shall we? I mean, how delighted were you with your individual performance against Swansea at the weekend?
Yeah, it was a great performance. More importantly, the team played unbelievable. I think that's probably one of our best games this season. But no, individually, I was happy with my performance. I contributed 2 goals and got an assist, so I just keep trying to get them stats up.
Might have had a hat trick.
Should have been a hat trick. Yeah, it should have been a hat trick, but it's coming.
Well, yeah, it's coming. I mean, do you feel back in the groove now? I suppose after your injury, a couple of games to get back up to speed, and that was you at your best.
Yeah, it was tough being out because all I want to do is play football and I want to be involved in what the manager's got going on here. So I was eager to get back, and then when I got back, I was just lacking that sharpness, lacking that fitness, and I feel like on Saturday I felt like I got that back.
And so you're obviously not a good watcher then. So to be out at a period of time that's normally very busy, sure you were itching just to get back again.
Yeah, I was screwing at home, seeing the boys play every week and knowing that I couldn't help or be involved. But no, look, I'm delighted I'm back in. I'm here to help the team get back to where they want to be. And yeah, we just got to push on and move forward now.
Yeah, a lot of players talk about that not being able to help element to it. I suppose if the team wins, it's less so. But if things aren't quite going so well, you just go, come on, get me on, get me on.
Yeah, even when the team's winning, you want to be involved in it. But even more so if the team loses, you're devastated because you think, oh, if I was there, maybe it could have been a different story. Or, you just all you want to do is help.
So what's it been like to be part of this group of players then this season? You obviously came in at a relatively late stage in the summer. You were playing a certain way, then it changed in many respects, going back to how it was before. So what's it like to be part of this group now?
As soon as I came in, the boys were incredible. It's a really good group of boys. They're really together, on and off the field. But even with the old manager Slav, I feel like we had an identity of how he wanted to play, but it just wasn't coming off. But I feel like since Hecky's come in, he's brought a massive identity between us and he's made us believe again. And I think that's definitely helped the boys push on. Well, I mean, it shows. Look at the results that we've been getting since he's come in.
What have you learnt about yourself and what you can do as a relatively young player making his way in the game?
I've always known that I've had the ability to do it. It's just having the belief and having the confidence. Because when you're not playing, that's really down low. You have no confidence, your belief's not really there. And then when you're playing, you're scoring, you're assisting, you're getting 3 points most weeks. It's just a breath of fresh air and you just want to keep going and you want to keep winning, you want to keep playing games.
It's interesting you say that because obviously as a young player at a Premier League club, you've got a good reputation prior to coming here. Sheffield United fans were joyous when your name was kind of signed off and brought in, but still those elements of being a young lad in senior men's football are there.
Yeah, of course. I feel like with any young player, there's pressure, but you've got to give as a manager, you've got to give a young player the freedom to be able to play and let him enjoy it. And I feel like that's when any young player is going to thrive, is when they're enjoying football and they're confident.
What's your take on this quite extraordinary battle for the playoffs and possibly a little higher than that right now, with not a lot separating a good few teams in the division?
Yeah, it's really tight up there, really, really tight. But, we're taking it game by game, trying to pick up as many points as we can. We know what our goal is. Obviously, everyone in that top 6, they want to get promoted. And even teams below, they want to get promoted. But it's just whoever's more hungrier and whoever wants it more. And I believe like the togetherness in this squad, I feel like we've got that.
Sometimes people like me, when players say that, roll the eyes and go, well, it's become a bit of a cliche that. But right now, it's all you can do, isn't it? You can't really worry about what other teams are doing because they might have played 2 games more, 2 games less. And it changes quite dramatically from one week to the next.
Yeah, that's it. There's games coming left, right and centre. So you've got to be prepared. You've got to be well recovered after your games. And like I said, you've got to take it game by game and hopefully pick up as many points as you can. And just all you got to do is just focus on yourself. Don't worry about the teams around you, because I feel like that's when you get complacent. You've got to concentrate on yourselves and pick up the points when you can.
Blackburn are obviously having a very good season. They've kind of come from nowhere this year as opposed to previous years. How much do you and the rest of the lads view this fixture as maybe a chance to show how far you've come since the meeting earlier in the campaign?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a good test for us to know where we're at. But I think we're the most feared team in the league right now, with the run that we've gone on. And the boys are confident, so we're going to go into the game Wednesday expecting 3 points and working hard for them 3 points.
Yeah, it's interesting. You hear around the kind of football world that all of a sudden people are starting to think, well, actually Sheffield United were relegated last season, but most of this bunch got promoted a couple of years prior to that, and all of a sudden it's the other team's anxieties that are starting to play now.
Yeah, when you get relegated from the Premier League, it does take a massive tick on the whole team. So I believe that's the reason why we started off a bit shaky, because the boys were still devastated. But like I said, we've got work to do. Games coming quick and fast, and we're just going to try and pick up the 3 points and pick up any point we can to climb up the table.
How much has this move to Sheffield United been great for you individually, so that when you do go back to Wolves, you can kind of say, right, I've got a season under my belt, here I am, let's crack on?
Yeah, it's benefited me massively. It has, because being a young player, going from not playing here and then to getting 10 minutes here to not playing, getting a full season playing at my age is what I need, and I feel like it's helping me as a player. It's helping me grow. It's gaining that experience that I need for if I do go back to Wolves, hopefully crack on there. But my main focus is obviously playing for Sheffield now and trying to get Sheffield back to where we know we should be.
How does it work in situations like this? Do you get feedback from their coaches as well to say, look, we see it, we acknowledge what you're doing right now?
Yeah, a few of the staff members and that keep in contact just to see how I'm getting on, see if I'm enjoying it. And I say to them, there's a smile on my face every time I go on the pitch, so I'm enjoying it.
And is it kind of the main priority to go back to Wolves next year and build your time there again?
Yeah.
Or could it be elsewhere?
That's the plan. I'm still a Wolves player at the end of the day. But like I said, my main focus right now is on Sheffield, and I really want to get these boys back to where they want to be, and I believe that we can get there.
Because the obvious next final and probably leading question that I'm going to ask you is, look, I mean, would there be a possibility of a longer term future here at Sheffield United if they get promoted or not? I mean, how do you view it at this stage?
It's a tough question to ask right now. I'm just enjoying my football here. I love the fans. The fans have been brilliant with me, so I couldn't ask for anything more. But yeah, like I said, we just got to see what the future plans out. But the main focus is for everyone to just concentrate on what we've got in front of us on Wednesday.